Welcome back, folks. My name is Fred Wilson, and I'm here to talk about our latest topic, the red-tailed hawk. Now, with me this week, we have our red-tailed hawk specialist, and we have also our outdoorsman, or naturalist specialist. Now, let us first go to our red-tailed hawk specialist with some important information. Sure, hold on. Eutodromastomus, red-tailed hawk. This is one of the most widespread and familiar large hawks in North America, bulky and broad-winged, designed for effortless soaring. An inhabitant of open country, it is commonly seen perched on roadside poles or sailing over fields and woods. Although adults usually can be recognized by the trademark reddish-brown tail, the rest of their plumage can be quite variable, especially west of the Mississippi. Western red-tailed hawks can range from blackish of rufous brown to nearly white. Thank you very much. Now to our outdoorsman. Hello. I am your nature specialist. Out here in the wild, you gotta learn to fend for yourself. How do you defend yourself? Come with me. Well, red-tails are a very interesting bird. They're definitely known as the most widespread birds around. Out here in the wild, you gotta keep your eyes and ears open. You never know what might surprise. Thank you, outdoorsman. Now, tell us what it is like to be living in the wild. Out here, you gotta learn the means of survival. Now, I was lucky enough to chance upon this nice oven and faucet, and also microwave, and stovetop. Most people aren't very lucky. They have to make their own fires. Now, what weapons of defense do you use out there? Out here on the wild, you gotta learn how to defend yourself. You never know when a bear might come out and attack you. Now, to choose your weapon of choice, it depends on what type of person you are. Some people like the classic broadsword where they can stab it from a distance. Others enjoy the swiftness of a pocket knife. Whenever they get attacked by a bear, they have to get real close, like knife. Others, me especially, enjoy the classic hand-to-hand combat, where you can take out, break their necks, or choke them to death. And finally, I also like this one too, weapons. They like shooting their weapons, taking out the animals. And they have to always make sure that their weapons aren't loaded. So remember, kids, safety first. So, red-tails are known to be above ground when nesting. Rarely do you see them nesting on the ground. You can even see them in trees 120 feet up in the air. Let us go to our hawk specialist, then to our outdoorsman for insight on this topic. Nesting. In courtship, male and female soar in high circles with shrill cries. Male may fly high, then dive repeatedly in spectacular maneuvers. May catch prey and pass it to female in flight. Nest. Site is variable. Usually in tree, up to 120 feet above ground. Nest tree often taller than surrounding trees. Also, nests on cliff ledges, among arms of giant cactuses, or artificial structures such as towers or buildings. Nest, built by both sexes, a bulky bowl of sticks lined with finer materials, often with leafy branches added. Eggs, 2 to 3, sometimes 4, rarely 1 or 5. Whitish, blotched with brown. Incubation is by both parents, 28 to 35 days. Young. Female remains with young most of the time during the first few weeks. Male brings most of the food, and the female tears it into smaller pieces to feed to the young. After 4 to 5 weeks, food is dropped into nest and young feed themselves. Now, not only do red tails nest in trees, you can also find them on ledges, on cliffs, artificial structures, or man-made objects, and also you can find them in the deserts and stuff on the great arms of cactuses. Now, they usually lay 2 to 4 eggs. Sometimes, but very rarely, do they lay 1 to 5. 1 or 5, actually. Now, they're whitish and they're blotched with brown. Their incubation is by both parents. Now, the young female remains with the young most of the time, in the first few weeks. The male brings the food to the female, who makes pieces for you. So you can see, as in this nest, I'm the female. Yes. You see the male swooping around and dropping off the pieces for me to eat, and also to feed the young. After, 4 to 5 weeks, the red-tailed leave the nest, and they just drop in food for the young to feed themselves, dead or alive. This is part of the teaching process of the red tails. Now, also, the young leave the nest from 6 to 7 weeks of hatching. Tell us about migration, Chuck, or outdoorsman. Chuck's our outdoorsman. Migration? Red tails don't really migrate a lot. And even if they do migrate, they migrate very short distances. Well, not very short, shorter distances than most birds. Only the northern birds migrate. Very rarely do you see a southern bird migrate south. So only the birds that live in the icy fingers of Alaska migrate south. And when they do migrate, they only migrate, down to central of northern United States. What are the characteristics of red tails? Red tails are your classic beauty. The fan-shaped tail, curved beak, sharp talons, that type of thing. Now, how do you spot a red tail, and how do you, when you see those roadside birds? Well, you look for the tail. Usually the kites have that curved tail. Here, I'll just show you a picture that I took myself of the birds. He didn't really take those pictures. He doesn't even have a camera. Now, I've heard that red tails can sometimes get an albino. What do you say? red tails are prone to albinism, occasionally appearing in complete white. These birds, you wonder why they're prone to albinism, and I tell you, because of their genes. Red tails have been known, or at least people think, that butos come from prehistoric kites. Well, that can either be 100% baloney or just, I don't know, true, I guess, but I prefer to believe that red tails were here at the beginning of time, because they're just such an awesome bird. So, now I'll show you a picture of an albinism bird, red tail. Albino, that's what it is, albino. Albinism, albino. An albino red tail. That's what I'll show you. That's not true. According to my research, albino red tails come from a genetic mutation that interferes with the colors of the red tail. You see more red tails with Louisism, which is almost the exact same as albinism, except the color is diluted, not lacking. Then you have a red tail with lighter plumages, but not pure white. So, I hear, Chuck, that you're a birder. How do you catch red tail? Now, when hunting a red tail, you must learn how to blend in with the surroundings. You watch their nests and wait for the red tails. And when they do come, pop shot. Now, honestly, when you're hunting red tails, you have to make sure you scare all the other birds away. So just shoot in the air, scare them all away. It makes it easier to hunt red tails, so all the birds scared away. And when all the birds are scared away, you don't have the fear of shooting an endangered bird, like the dodo bird. So, the way to sneak up to a red tail: climb up the tree, wait next to the nest, and shoot them. Rope. Yes, but never drop your... Yeah, so, always have a secondary weapon for that reason. How do you bird with birds that you shoot? I know, very careful, but whatever. Can you tell me the prey relations, prop specialist? Diet varies. Includes small mammals, birds, reptiles. Diet varies with location and season. Mammals such as voles, rats, rabbits, and ground squirrels are often major prey. Also eats many birds up to the size of pheasants, and reptiles, especially snakes. Sometimes it eats bats, frogs, toads, insects, and various other creatures. May feed on carrion. That's what I thought you'd say. Now to our outdoorsman with some insights on the hunting habits of the red tail. So, red tails prey on squirrels, rabbits, snakes, birds, swimming muskrats, even fish. Now their behavior when they're hunting, they like to hunt by being on an aerial perch, looking down, waiting for their slightest movement with their very keen eyes. As soon as they spot their prey, they jump, snatch it with the talons. The small prey are carried up back to their perch, but the larger prey are eaten on the ground. I like to hunt like a red-tailed. So, well, I mean, it's not my favorite type of hunting, but since I don't have talons, I have to use a pocket. But my favorite way of hunting is probably the sneak up behind with the hands, choke them. But this is one of my favorite hunts. I don't have as keen of eyes, so I just got to use these glasses. Oh! Missed! Oh! Throw it! Missed! Get it! There. That's what I thought you'd say. Now to our outdoorsman with some insights on the hunting habits of the red-tailed. Red-tailed are one of the largest hawks in North America, weigh to about 3 pounds. Now, a similar sized dog weighs at least 10 times as much. Now, God made them so light because they have hollow bones. Makes them a lot lighter. Now, the oldest known red tail was about 28 years, 10 months old. Red tails can pretty much occupy every single habitat there is in North America. That is why they're so widespread and known. Now, usually, bird watchers and Hollywood alike both enjoy the call of the red tail. That's why whenever you see those movies and they have a bird of prey, they usually have the red-tailed hawk's call, the yeah. But a prime example, Lord of the Rings, both in The Hobbit and in the actual movies. Whenever the eagle came by, it was a red-tailed hawk call. Next time you watch, remember that. Well, you know, as I said earlier, being out in the wild, you gotta adapt to different things. Now, I've adapted a lot. I've learned the ways of survival. Just, whenever you're out here, remember, look for me, Chuck Wilson. Signing off. Hold up with the roots. Wait. Mamma mia, mamma mia, oh. There. Ah. There. That's my tree. Oh, man. Oh. I'm gracious. Well, I don't know where to plant it again. Great. That bee has been around me all stinking. Okay. Okay. You down there in TV land, did you see that? I almost died. Mamma mia. Great. This piece of junk. Great. Great. You decided to do that, did you? That would make my life hard. Increasing. whole thing. There. The red-tailed hawk is widespread in breeding and ranges from 1960 to 78. Ooh, what is this? I'll get on board. Oh, I gotta get up. Man, I don't want to go down the way. Long way down. Bye, George. I haven't touched this thing anymore. It's like dead. There. Have it. A serious problem with the memory videotape everything. Ah.